Guys, before actually using this particular automation, I used to do all the things manually. Like whenever I publish a video on YouTube, I have to publish on all the social media platforms about that particular video, right? In order to reach more people. Even though we have ChatGPT, I used to actually give it the transcript of my video and ask it to create some social media posts and then modify some things in that particular post, and then I used to publish them. And all of this is also some sort of manual task included in it, right? So, in order to actually overcome this particular thing and in order to automate the entire social media post creation, I have actually created an automation. So, with that particular automation, we can actually try to automate the entire social media post creation. So, whenever you try to publish a video on YouTube, you just need the video URL. That's it. If you just have your YouTube video URL, you can actually try to create social media posts and then you can actually use them to publish them on your social media. I'm actually going to show you two methods, and the first method is going to be very simple. Like you can just create a social media post within maybe like 30 seconds. With the second method, you have to set up all the automation first and then you can actually create the social media post. So if you are someone who actually wants to automate the social media content generation, then this is for you. Watch the video till the end. You'll find a lot of value and you'll actually understand how the social media automation actually works. Without getting delayed, let's get started. I told you that we have two methods, right? So we'll be going with the first method, which is the simpler method and easy to use method. And the social media posts that are generated with this particular method has the possibilities of getting your post viral. So let's just go with it. So the platform that we are going to use to create social media posts is called Video-to-Social. I'll give you the link in the description. If you just click on the link, you'll be taken to this page and just click on start a free trial. Don't worry, you just don't have to give it your credit card details. This tool actually gives you free credits to actually use and test it out. So just click on sign up with Google. Once you are logged in, you'll be taken to this particular page where you can actually generate three social media posts. Like you can generate it for three videos. As you can see, I just have a premium plan purchased in this platform. Let's just try to create a social media post in 30 seconds. I'll just get a YouTube video URL from my YouTube video. Let's just take this particular, or else let's just take this one. How I got my first client, I have actually explained that in this particular video. Let's just copy the video URL. And I'm going to go back to this particular platform and I'm going to paste the video URL. And I'll be selecting, let's say, three platforms. One is LinkedIn, Twitter, and I want to send the email to my newsletter subscribers as well. Like I have published a new video and I want to send that particular video to my newsletter subscribers as well. I'll just click on generate content. So as you can see, there is this card that has been created with all the platforms that you have selected above, which is email, Twitter, and LinkedIn as well. So now you can actually generate content or you can generate social media post for whatever platform you want. Let's just say I just want to generate it for email. So as you can see, an entire email is actually created with this particular platform. So if you want to actually try to create a social media post on Twitter, then just click on generate AI content. So as you can see, a Twitter thread has been created with 6 posts. So you can actually use this to publish it on Twitter as well. In the same way, you can do it for LinkedIn as well. So a new post has been created for LinkedIn as well. What's great about this tool is this tool actually tries to get the tone of your video, like how you speak and how you actually communicate with it in video, and tries to replicate that in this particular social media post. So these don't actually look AI generated and these have some sort of human touch that is actually related to you. Just check this tool out, you'll find it helpful. I'll leave a link in the description. You can generate your first 3 video social media posts for free. So just check it out in the description. This is the first method that I want to show you. And let's just go with the second method, which is actually implementing the entire automation. Like on yourself, you can actually generate these particular social media posts. You don't have to use this tool, or you don't have to pay for a subscription. So the platform that we are going to use in order to build this automation is going to be make.com. I've been building a lot of automations in Make. I think this is the best platform that, like, if you want to start in automating tasks, then make.com would be a very beginner friendly option that you can go with. Let's just log into the platform. If you don't have an account, create a free account. You can actually create a free account as well. So just log into this particular platform and go over to scenarios and click on create a new scenario. So once you click on create a new scenario, you'll be taken to this particular page. So the automation structure that we are going to follow is, so first we'll be creating a Google Sheet. Let's just don't make it pure theory. Let's just complete it with the automation. Like we'll directly implement it here. So just select a Google Sheet that we'll be using in order to add all the YouTube video URLs that we want to create social media posts for. So I'll just go ahead to Google Sheets. So just create a new Google Sheet here and name it like whatever you want. I'm going to name it SMS Social Media Automation. So you have to actually give it the YouTube URL, right? So I'll just type in YouTube here, and the social media post is going to be stored here. So let's just try to make these bold. Yeah. So let's just go to make.com and try to actually watch new rows. So the reason that I'm actually selecting watch new rows is whenever a YouTube video URL is added here, this automation has to be triggered, right? So that's the reason I have actually chose that particular option, which is watch new rows. So here you have to add your Google Sheets account. In my case, I have connected it already. So if you did not connect it before, then you can just click on add and just give it the permissions. Like it's going to be very simple. It is asking me to actually update the connection, so I'll just click on continue. So you just have to give it the permissions. So once you are done giving the all the permissions, you'll get this particular step-by-step process where you can actually select that particular Google Sheet that you have created. So I'm going to go with search by path, and it is actually in my drive, right? That is in my Google Drive. So I'll just search for my Google Sheet. So this is the name of the Google Sheet that I have given here, right? So you can just check that here. So let me just enter that again. So you'll find the SMA here, and you'll also have the headers that we have actually written here, which is YouTube and social. So you just have to select that here. So like if you just see here, there is this option called table contains headers, right? You have to select S because we have the table headers. So headers are nothing but like we have this YouTube and we have the social, right? So these are going to be headers for the Google Sheet, and the sheet name is going to be one. So where did you actually get this? So you'll be finding it under the sub sheets here. So this is going to be sheet one. So just select that here, and yeah, that's it. You just have to click OK. So as of now, I'm just clicking it on all. So let's just we can actually make the updates if you want later. So just click on OK. So the next thing that we have to do is we have to get the transcript of the YouTube video. So in order to create a social media post, we have to give the large language model some context about the YouTube video, right? So in order to get that context, we need to actually get the what you say transcript of that particular YouTube video. So how we'll be getting the transcript? So in order to get the transcript, we have to use these APIs. So API is nothing but like I'll just give you a brief introduction of API. So let's say if I have an information that you want to access in your own platform, you can't directly use my own information, right? So you'll be actually asking me to give you permission to use it with that particular API key. So API key would be different for individual users. So like you will have a different API key and the other person would be having a different API key. So I'll be giving you the API key in order to use my information in your platform. So for that, you have to pay me the API cost for each and every API call that you have made. So you have to pay me the API cost. API call is nothing but how many times you have actually got that information from the platform. Like if you have asked my server 10 times, so you have to pay the API cost for the 10 calls that you have made. So I think this is actually clear. So let's just go ahead and try to implement the API. So here we'll be using an API from Rapid API. So the API that we are going to use in this particular tutorial is this API. I just found it randomly. So I'll just leave a link to this as well in the description. So what you have to do is create a free account on Rapid API, and you just have to click on this particular link that I gave you in the description, and you'll be taken to this particular page. So I'll just give you a brief overview of how actually Rapid API works. So here you'll be having the what you say credentials that you can use. This is the API key that we'll be using, and the parameters are for this particular video there are no parameters as of now. So the parameters are going to be the things that you are going to pass when you are calling the API. So let's say if you want to get the transcript of the YouTube video, you are going to pass the YouTube video URL, right? So that's going to be the parameter. You can actually pass it in the parameter section, or in the case of body, for this particular API the developer has actually enabled to pass it in the body section. So you'll be giving the YouTube video URL here. So let's just subscribe to test. Okay, once you are done subscribing to this, you can directly go ahead to this particular code section. Like you don't have to worry about it. You can just directly copy and paste it in the make.com. So just go ahead to shell and choose the client as curl. So this is the code that you have to actually paste in the make.com. So first thing would be the URL. So just select this particular URL. Don't actually go with the YouTube video URL. Just select the Rapid API URL. As you can see, I just selected it until the 2F. I just stopped it wherever the YouTube video URL started. So just copy this and head over to make.com. Here you have to use the HTTP module. So HTTP module, we'll be using this particular module in order to make an API request. So here just click on make a request and you have to paste the URL here. And the method would be get, because we are getting that YouTube transcript, right? So the method would be get, and also as you can check here, it would be get. So just confirm it with that. And in the header section, what we have to add is, as you can see in the headers, we just only have one particular thing, which is the X Rapid API host and also the X Rapid API key. We have to actually add it in the header section. So let's just copy this particular thing, X Rapid API host, and I'll add it in the add section. In the name, I'll be adding it this, and in the value, I have to add in the URL here. And I'll be adding the other header in order to paste the API key as well. I'll just copy the Xrapid API key and I'll now paste the API key here. This is the API key, and you should not share it with all the people. Like this is actually private, or you can consider this as the secret key. If you just share it, then you have to pay the cost for all the usage that comes under this API key. So this is going to be under the header section. And the next thing would be parameters, right? So the parameters would be URL. So like just go ahead here and click on add a parameter, and you have to enter the URL here, and the name of the parameter is URL. So just check with the syntax here. You just have to enter this particular syntax. If you have actually typed capital U or capital R something, it won't work. You just have to use this particular syntax. And here we'll be pasting the YouTube video URL. So yeah. And in the value, once we get that particular value from the Google Sheet, we'll update it here. And yeah, click on parse response. Just paste in the YouTube video URL under the YouTube section. Once you are done, just go ahead to make.com and just click on run. So like this is going to be error because we did not actually pass in the YouTube video URL, right? So just a second, we'll do that. And here, as you can see, once we run the automation, we have got the YouTube video URL. As you can see, this is the exact URL that we have pasted here in the Google Sheets, as you can see. So now we have to map this particular URL in the API call. So let's just go ahead to the parameter section. Here you have to actually add the YouTube video URL. So once done, just click on OK. And guys, there is another example as well. Like in order for some examples, like for some APIs, you have to actually enter it in the body. So here, like whenever an API asks you to enter the parameters in the body, you can like just copy that from the Rapid API and use this structure. Like this is going to be unique for the API as well. Like the developer is going to decide. So that's the reason I have actually showed this example as well. So I have actually implemented this under automation to save your time actually. So what this is going to do is this actually fetches the YouTube video URL from the Google Sheet and gets the transcript from the particular API that we are calling. And then we are going to pass that particular transcript to the ChatGPT model to generate the transcript for. So this is where you have to add in your prompt. I'll just show you. You have to add in the prompt here, and you just have to like you can see, you just have to give it the transcript that we have gotten from the particular API. So this is where you have to enter your prompt. As of now, I just asked it to create it. What is a social media post? Sorry, I have to write it for social media post. I just asked you to create a social media post. Like you just have to use your creativity and create the prompt, the better prompt that you want to. So, and then we'll be getting a result with this, right? So with this, we'll be actually using it to add it in the Google Sheet. So here the content that we want to update in is going to be in the social, which is going to be in the second column. So you just have to select that particular second column and you have to paste in the result from the chat GPT. So like whenever you try to run this automation, so whenever you try to run this particular automation, you'll be getting the social media post like we just got it here. So once you are done implementing the automation, you just have to turn this particular thing on. So you don't have to come to the make platform every time in order to click this particular run once. So once done, you can just directly create how many social media posts, like you can do it with the Twitter or like just have to add in the flows. That's it. If you want to create it for Twitter, you have to add the Twitter flow in the same way that I have showed you. And if you want to add it for the Instagram, you can do that as well. So in the same way, you can actually generate social media posts. But if you are not actually like, if you just want to use this and create a social media post like in what 30 seconds, you can just go ahead with this, and this actually costs you very less. Like you can actually use this platform for $6 per month, and you can generate unlimited social media posts. Like you can generate how many you want, and if you like let's say for example, if you did not like this particular post, and you can actually click on generate AI content, and this is going to recreate the post again. So this is how the social media content automation, like whenever you publish a video on YouTube, you can use that particular YouTube video URL and try to convert it into a social media post and post it on social media. So if you find this video helpful, give it a like. And if you have any questions, like if you have troubles in setting up the automation, like if you have any issues in setting up the API, whatever it may be, you can directly ask a question in our forum in our website, or you can directly ping me on Twitter as well. You can just DM me on the Twitter. So I'll be happy to help you out. And I'll see you in the next one.